Okay, well, hello there. Let me wait for a moment for YouTube to catch up to see if everything is working fine, but yeah, it seems to be. It's showing the numbers. Okay, it's just that the image is slightly delayed. Hopefully that's the only problem that we have today, because it seems to be resolved right now. So let's see. Let me just resize some of my windows so I can see some of the stuff on the second screen. But yeah, here you can see the initial model of our tower. It's quite downsized right now. You can see it's only about 2 blocks tall. So yeah, we're gonna have to upscale it, but that's kind of the initial idea, and then we can work from here. So one thing that I had in mind would be that we could actually split it into fours. So one would be for each quadrant, and in that case, perhaps when we enlarge it, it wouldn't lag as much. So yeah, perhaps we can start by breaking it apart. So let me just create a couple of child nodes. So this is going to be, let's see, base 0. Do we want to nest them all? Can probably just duplicate them, right? But let's see. You can see that I started this from another asset template. Perhaps we can get rid of some of this stuff here in our library, just so it isn't as clogged up. Let's see, we don't need that anymore. We might want to have some of the halberds and stuff, just for some decorations. But let's see, we can get rid of most of these skeleton parts. Pant line, what the heck is a pant line? Oh, yeah, I remember now what it was used for. It was the glowing guys, so just deleting some of the assets. There's quite a lot, so I'm not gonna get rid of all of them. We can probably spend the whole day just doing that, but let's see, we can duplicate this into tower 1/4. Where did it go? Oh, that's not good. Tower 1/4, like that. And here we can just turn on the nice line so we can see a little bit better what's going on. And then actually we want to basically erase 3/4 of that. So let's get rid of this, and then let's get rid of that as well. So here we have 1/4 of our tower, and you can see that the pivot point is still at the center, so that's pretty nice. So we can upscale it more easily. And then let me just drag this here, and then let me drag this there, so we can rotate it for 90 degrees like so. So we have a front side, and then I guess what we can do would be just duplicating this node, calling it base 1, and then nesting it here again. So it's rotated by 90 degrees again, so like that. And then let me do this just one more time, call it base 2, and then nest it again. And here we have our full tower once more. Awesome. And then we can go ahead and delete a couple more assets from our library, because we actually don't need them. I was a little bit lazy when setting up this project, so apologies for that. You can probably skip ahead by like 20 or 30 seconds if you're watching a replay. If you're live, my apologies to you. Okay, we only have 4 more, as it seems. And the last one. Okay, perfect. So now we can start applying some colors, perhaps. I think I would most likely use some... This gray seems to be pretty bright for like a Tower of Doom. I envisioned it more like some kind of I don't know, either Sauron's tower from Lord of the Rings or something like that. So yeah, we'll see about that. Maybe we can let's see what kind of the colors we want to use here. We might want to also add some skulls later on, but let me just see what happens if we color it like this, so it's perhaps a little bit darker. And then about the roof, maybe we can use, wait, this is kind of the same color. We shouldn't use that one, definitely not. I mean, we can make it more bluish, that's one option, although let me just kind of try googling what we get if we google Tower of Doom. Just okay, it's actually the free fall thingy. Okay, that's interesting. I never thought of that being called Tower of Doom. Okay, here's a better picture. At least it looks kind of medieval. Let me open it in a new tab. Yeah, I guess that's one option of making it. But for us, I was hoping for some kind of a more, I don't know, reddish gray. Perhaps we can use this brown. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, and then I think I'd like to incorporate some of the, I don't know, red elements. So let's try to figure out kind of which red fits well with this. Do we have some other ones that we might want to use? Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Let me just go out and then, yeah, I think the bottom one kind of looks a little bit too orangish, if you ask me, so sorry, you're not gonna make the cut. Now we can turn on the nice lines back again. So now we know we wanna work with these colors for red. And now I think it would be about time to just kind of upscale it and maybe make a couple more details. So let's see, maybe we can try to make some of these curves look a little bit nicer. Like that, and then we need to be careful that we use that we apply the same changes on the other side as well, because well, that's the only way we can actually nicely mirror it. So yeah, let's see, we can start with this, but yeah, maybe it can be like sloping upwards already here. So let's see, maybe something like this. That does look interesting. And then let's see what we can do here still. Something like that perhaps. And then here maybe we can remove another voxel just to get something like that. Although that creates a lot of faces in this area, so it's not ideal. Maybe something like this for now. And then here at the top, let's see, maybe we can do something like that. And then let's make a little spike there, so it looks a little bit more menacing. Then we can even make it like so, and we should definitely be using the box tool or whatever it's called. it would work much better. And then I think we can just drag this downwards a little bit, like so. Yeah, maybe let's make it a little bit shorter, just trying to catch this kind of curvature here. And then, let's see, we can maybe do this and that. And then this one can be a little bit longer to, I guess it kind of looks like it's heart-shaped, but yeah, I mean, with a spike on top. So something like this. Then maybe we can do some transition here on the bottom as well. So let's make this one 4 voxels long, just to kind of match this part. And then we can do a couple of details here on the side, and then just some nice slope going there. And let's see, maybe we can make this a little bit longer, just so it kind of follows the quite similar path. I don't know, we might be overcomplicating right now. We'll see a little bit later what this turns out. Yeah, there's something a little bit weird going on here. I think, let's see. Let's try making this transition 2 and 2, and then 1, and then 1 again. And let me just match it on the other side, just so we have everything nice and tidy. So let's see, like this, right? And then we have 4 of these diagonals. Oh, it does look quite symmetric actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 2. Okay, we might be getting somewhere. Then I think it's kind of like this. I think it does look a little bit better right now. And then I think we can make this slope a little bit nicer as well. So let's see, we still have the same color, right? And then we can just do this and that. And then let's do the same thing on the other side. So here, and then I think we shouldn't forget about this bottom part, which is actually a little bit too long, I think. This is 4, then this is 4 as well. Okay, okay. And then let's do it here as well. Perfect, so it's nicely symmetric. Okay, we can't really see much right now, so let's maybe try coloring it a little bit more, just so we can distinguish some parts from one another. We can maybe use this slightly darker gray to just kind of color this base here, like so. And then maybe let's just hide the ghost rig for a moment, so we can do this all the way to the other side. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Let's see, from here to there. Okay, I think that's about right. Let's color that in, and then just a couple of parts here as well, just something like that. We can turn this back on. Okay. And then I think we can start making like some details on the base. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Maybe we can start up here. Maybe let's make these 16 voxels long. And then we're just gonna try making this into some kind of a door shape. Well, not exactly the door, but some kind of a Gothic architecture style. Let's see, maybe we can do 2, then 4, and then 8, and then 16. Oh, that's perfect actually. We started just on the right point. So, well, this one is actually the left point. I'm just messing with you. So let's start here as well. So 6 and then 2 and then 4 and then 8. 8, okay, perfect, and then 16. Nice. And then maybe we can squeeze one more in here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wanna do it like this? Let me just try it out what it looks like doing it this way. So this is 4 and then 8 and then 16 here. I think you can make it one voxel wider, right? Like this here, like so. I think this might look a little bit better. Of course, the perspective is gonna be skewed a little bit because it's not on a flat plane, but hey, what can you do? You have to make a compromise somewhere, right? So, oh, crud. Okay. So let me just go out and check it out what it looks like. Yeah, quite interesting. Perhaps it's gonna be a little bit more apparent if we fill it in with the color. So let's see, fill in that face, fill in this one as well. And then let's do it like that. And here, and I guess we can just use the face tool to make the whole process a little bit faster. And then maybe we can use this darker gray to just kind of do a little bit of a shadow on the outline. And then again, we might wanna split this into multiple models again if we wanna upscale it 2 times. Because now we reach the maximum height of an object. Let's see if it's still lagging. Okay, that's nice. We can still work on it. But yeah, if we wanted to upscale this one more time, we would have to break it apart because this is the maximum height. But for now, let's go. Okay, let's go to this size. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, doing some outlines, chilling on the stream. And then I had a little idea of making these, I don't know, supports or whatever you want to call them, just a little bit like inward sloped. So I think we could try doing that by, let's see, if we do it like this, then like that. It can be a little bit difficult from time to time. Let's see. So from here to the bottom we have like 20 voxels. So 5 times 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the side we have 4, or actually 3. So I think if we made everyone by 5, so 5, 5, okay, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. That didn't work out as planned. Let me double check that. Yeah, this is 16, right? So is there a multiple of 4 and a 3? I mean, it's 12, but that's not ideal either. So 2, 4, 6. I guess if we start it at the bottom, it could work out. So like this, like that, and then this again. And then on this side, I think we should just maybe follow it like so. We're gonna need to experiment a little bit with this to kind of see what works best. So maybe let's do a little bit of an overlap, like so. And then we're gonna have to do it on the other side as well because of our kind of rotation and stuff. I mean, this part is actually on this side here, so we can't see it like what it would all look together. So let me just quickly try to mirror it to the other side as best as I can. So I think it was this way, like so, right? I hope so. Let's check it out. Okay, okay. I mean, now we can start seeing some shapes, and I think that's like pretty nice. And then I'm just gonna try to figure out what to do with this tower neck, I guess we could call it. There's probably a better or a more correct word to call that part of our tower, but yeah, for now we're just gonna call it the neck. So I think we could just like break it apart with some of these like wings or whatever. We just need to figure out what the spacing should be between those. So let's see, the whole thing is about, oh, that's the wrong tool, my bad, about 52 voxels tall. I mean, it's kind of pointless doing that because there's like a really slim chance it's gonna oh, and we need to, let me just quickly, oh come on, do this and that as well. Okay, now let's move on to the rings. So I think they should be one tone darker. Or let's see what would happen if we did like some outline here. Just experimenting. Let's see, how should it work here? Like so, and boom. Actually, I'm not sure about this line. I think it would be better if we don't do it. So it's just kind of this shadow from the other part. And then let's try doing it here, maybe 8. Then maybe the ring can be like 4. So we have increments of 12 all in all. So then we can do 8 again, and then 4. Just a moment. Yeah, bless me. So yeah, I don't know how I feel with it being perfectly connected right here. I guess we're gonna have to see for ourselves what it looks like. So let's see, 3, 4 again, like that. Right, 8, 4, 8, 4, and then we can do another 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then I guess what we could do here would be just to kind of make this part like so. Just so it kind of looks like it's a shadow on this color, but it's actually the other one, if that makes sense. I think it's gonna become quite obvious when we zoom out. So okay, looking quite interesting, hopefully in a good way, of course. So maybe we can try adding some spikes here on the edges. I mean, we haven't gone too crazy with the face count, so let's see if we can do maybe in this corner some interesting design choices. So let's see, maybe this can be 3 voxels and then 3 voxels again. Let's make it slope outside outwards a little bit, and then we can maybe make a spike like this, and then just a final touch to it with something like that. Let's check it out. Okay, just a little detail. I don't think it's too bad. It adds a little bit of faces, but that shouldn't be that big of a problem. And then I guess what we can do next is adding some shadow to this part. Let's see, we might have to correct a little bit of our design. Okay, and then here you can kind of see it from the side, so maybe I didn't want to do that. If we extend this part downwards by 1 voxel, maybe that can help a little bit. Oops, and now we need to change to fill the color. Something like that, I guess. Or, let me undo that. What we could do also would be to use some kind of a red tone and maybe do an outline here like this. That could also be interesting. But perhaps the reds could be done one increment down the line, so they aren't as apparent. They should be just like minor details here and there. So yeah, and then maybe what we can also do here would be adding some spikes like so. Okay, and now let's try adding some depth to the spikes. So let's pick a little bit darker color here, maybe here in the corner, and just make it look a little bit more rounded. And then on the top as well, let's try to figure this one out. So maybe something like this, just to maybe just 1 voxel. Let's see. I think 2 are fine. And then let's add some highlights on the tops. So could make this spike a little bit shorter. Oops, that something like this. And then let's try doing it like so, maybe. Let's make this slightly larger, just so it kind of follows the shape, hopefully. And then we're gonna need to change this part as well a little bit, so like this and like that. Okay, that's nice. And then on the inner side we can maybe add some darker colors just to kind of make it a little bit less apparent, and maybe add a little bit to the whole rounded shape, or at least the perception of the rounded shape. Okay, then here we can add a little bit of details to make it a little bit nicer as well. And then I think we need to figure out a little bit what we want to do with these rings and stuff. So, but that can be perhaps done 1 increment later. Maybe we can just try painting some details here on the gates. So let's see, either we want to make it like, I think it would be the easiest way to make it like an arch shape, and then maybe there can be like, either it can be hollow on the inside so we could actually see through it, or we could add like some glowing red colors and stuff. That would be another option. So I guess we can just try start making the door, and then we'll see how that goes. Something like this, and then let's do it on the other side as well. So 8, 4, 2, if I remember correctly, right? And then maybe we can add a little bit of a shadow right underneath here. So it's from the roof, kind of. And then for the roof, let's see if we can start trying to figure out a little bit how the tiling should work. That might be also a little bit interesting in this build. So wait, what? Where we should use the darker shade, right? So let's see if we break it apart like so. So that's one row of the tiles. Let's see, where should be the next one? Somewhere right around here. I'm just doing it by feeling. Then we're gonna make them a little bit nicer later on, but that's just kind of the initial layout. Let's see. So this one can be in the corner, right? And then here kind of in the middle. Well, not really in the middle, but just kind of trying to alternate one corner, one not corner. I guess this one is gonna have to go something somewhat like this. Not too sure. We're gonna make them a little bit nicer later on, hopefully, when we upscale our design, but yeah, we're gonna have to stick with this for a moment or two further, and then just filling in the darker shade right there to make the whole, I mean to make the shadow of the roof again. So let me save and then check the whole thing. So yeah, yeah, the dark shade of the brown is kind of standing out a little bit too much in my opinion, so maybe we can try correcting it a little bit, or actually let's try to copy and paste it somewhere to some shade that we're definitely not gonna use. I think this one might be fine, so let's paste it here. And then let's try adjusting this one so it matches the brighter shade a little bit better, because we don't want to like to oversaturate this and make this like the main detail of our build. So there's that, and now I think we're kind of ready to move on to the next point of our size. So let me save it right here. And then I guess we can try polishing up the roof a little bit. So let's see. Can use something like that. So there's 2, and then let's move it downwards like that, and then let's make these lines thinner as well, so right there. And we're getting rid of the top line just so we can keep the spacing in between them as it was before. So like this, and then on the bottom side let's do that as well. Perfect. And then let's see, let's make it a little bit narrower here, and like so. And then let's try figuring out what it's gonna look like here on the diagonal. I guess that's one way of doing it. The other one would be to do something like that, which can also be fine, I guess. So let's do it like that, and then let's make this narrower. And I'm just trying to do so they don't like extend perfectly from one another, just to yeah, just so it, I mean, it kind of breaks down the whole thing if we do it like that, at least in my opinion. So let's try to avoid it, right? And then maybe we can do it like so. All right. And then for the bottom part, let's try to figure out what we should do here. So we have this, I guess, roof tile on that side. And then here, I guess we could do it like that. And then let's do it like this. Let's make this a little bit towards the inner side, just so when you look from the side it kind of slopes inwards, I guess. So there's that, and then let me try figuring out what we should do on the other side. So we have to room from there. Like so. And then move it inwards like that and like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The roof seems to be fine, hopefully. Now we can start making this arch a little bit nicer, just a little bit more archy, if you know what I mean. So these slopes are a little bit nicer, and then we can also perhaps add a couple of highlights in the corners, just for the sake of it. And maybe we can even, let's see, how do we want to do that? So let's say 3, and then 1, maybe just trying to make it look like it's kind of sloping from this top part as well. So we're gonna see how that turns out. Okay, and then maybe it's gonna be like 4. Yeah, this might look a little bit weird. Let me just save and check it out. Yeah, yeah. Let's not go as further down, as much down as we had done. So let me just correct some of this stuff. Maybe we can do this like 3, 4, something like that. That should be enough, hopefully. And then let's just add a couple of. So there's 4, maybe 1. Just a couple of highlights here and there. Something like this, maybe. Then here again. Let's extend it all the way down, like so. All right. Then we can maybe do some nicer details on the, I have no idea what to call this, on the side spike or whatnot. So yeah, I guess so. And then let's make a little detail here as well. That's a little bit too long, but something like that. And then maybe we can make this a little bit nicer, just like this. And now I think it's time to start adding some of the reddish details. Reddish, not the radish, that's a vegetable, right? If I remember correctly. So maybe we can do like a little line under each of these rings. So let's see. So here, here. Then I think we should use the darker color because it's like in the shadow or whatever. So there's a little bit of red, and then I think I would like to use some of it here as well. Maybe we can do, let's see, some kind of a shape like this, if that makes any sense. So let's try figuring it out. So let's use the line tool instead. Yeah, I had something like this in mind. Let me try making it a little bit nicer. Actually, let's try doing it another way. Let's try leaving like one voxel in between this stuff here. And we'll see what we get if we do it like that. And then maybe we can try smoothing it out a little bit, and hopefully that looks fine. So just something like that, and then if we try to smooth out the corners a little bit, that's something like that, which doesn't look too terrible, but I think we can do better. Oops. So let's try doing it like this. Yeah, now I think we're getting near to that point that I wanted to have, and now we just need to mirror it onto the other side, so that's gonna be a fun activity. So let's see, 1, 2, let's start there, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, again 1, 2, 3, then a bunch of 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4 2s, let's do 1, 3, 4, and then we do a down 1 and another 2, and then like this, right? 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3 downwards, like so. Let's check it out. Hopefully it looks like something. Okay, I actually quite like this. It actually looks pretty nice. So there's that, and then maybe we can do just a couple more highlights. Try making them, just trying to kind of emphasize this curve here on the top. So let's turn the nice lines back on, and then try maybe doing it like this for starters. And then let's mirror them onto the other side. I mean, we're gonna have to do it eventually, so we can do it now, we can do it later, who cares. Then maybe we can try making this a little bit of a nicer shape. Like so. And then here, let's try maybe making it to something like that. And then just as far as this red is concerned, I think we can try making it a little bit darker. And then on the other parts as well. So here, here, and here, and here. Just because we're using quite dark gray, so I think it shouldn't be standing out too much, right? Okay. Next thing that we can do would be to add some smoothing into this area. So let's try extending it by 2 here and then by 4 downwards. So we're kind of mashing them all together. So this is an 8, and here I think we can do 16, right? Just so we get this nice curved shape, and then maybe we can do this part slightly thicker, just because we have the thickness of 3 voxels on all of the other parts. And now let's try doing it on the other side as well. So here's 2, and then 4, 8, then 16 on this side, then 16 on the outer side as well. Perfect, and now we just need to do the corner one. So like that. Then 4. And yeah, I guess these that are in the corners might look a little bit chunkier because we have like two sides of the same voxel being shown up here. So maybe we can try fixing that a little bit as well. So let's see, we can do an 8, 8, and then those are 3 voxels thick, right? So let's do it like this. Then let's get rid of that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8. All right, and then let's do the 16 and the 16. Oops. Okay, and then let's do the same thing on the other side. So 16 and another 16 and then 16 as well with another color. Yeah, let's check it out what it looks like right now. Okay, so it's looking quite nice. I quite like it. I think there's some room for improvement. Well, I'm gonna do some more details on that later on off stream, maybe on on another stream. We'll see about that, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today because I have some other stuff to do. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining in and for watching, and hopefully we see each other some next time. And until then, I wish you all a nice day or night, and bye bye.